I and many other people really wanted a Camilo song, but also a Dolores song. And in some way, the fans made it a reality. Since this is a hypothetical fan made idea, I was thinking, why not include the fan made Dolores song? Hello! Okay, if you're a regular on my channel, you know that this isn't really something that I usually do. And if this is the first time you've watched a video from my channel, hi, I'm Celine, I'm an artist. I usually make animatics, but I'm trying something new here. Encanto may be irrelevant right now, but I don't care. I just want to do this for fun. So everyone knows how Encanto took over the world. You know, it was everywhere on social media. And back in April, people were talking about like how to continue the story in like the form of a TV show or a musical. And the musical got me really interested because I know Disney has done that before with their movies, like Frozen turned into a musical, Broadway musical, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and Encanto is their newest, biggest thing. So it just makes sense that they would make it into an actual live musical. So I briefly wrote down a bunch of songs that I think would be a nice addition to their existing lineup of songs. I wrote down these song ideas back in April of 2021. Yes, it was that long ago, but I didn't have the motivation to do anything about it, so we're doing it now. Okay, first, disclaimer. I am not a composer of any kind. This is just for fun. This is unofficial. I'm just someone who really loves musical theater, and I really want Disney to make an Encanto live musical one day. I did like surface level research, so forgive me if I'm using any terms wrong. This is all just for fun. Okay, let's go. I've researched that the usual amount of songs in a musical is 20 to 25. I've listed 27 songs here. So yeah, that's fun. But usually for animated Disney movies turned Broadway musicals, I've seen it to be around 20 something. So the first song is our opening number, and according to my research, this is the song that establishes the world. It's usually upbeat and one of the most iconic songs of the musical, in my opinion. Of all the musicals that I've seen so far, the opening number is usually, not always, but usually the most iconic of all the songs in the musical. Think In the Heights of In the Heights, Circle of Life of The Lion King, and Beautiful from the Heathers musical, and so on. A good opening number for this Encanto hypothetical musical would be the Family Madrigal. And I think it really establishes the world, the story, the overall vibe of the movie. And then the second song, here's our first new song that I thought of. Working title, I call it Nothing to Prove. So the basic idea here is this is the scene where Mirabel comes home with like all her goodies, and then she meets her parents in the kitchen, and then her mom notices that she's stressed, and then her dad has all the bee stings. And I want for Julieta and Augustine to try to comfort Mirabel, have a song like that. The vibe for this song, I said, comforting words similar to That Would Be Enough from Hamilton. I will be referencing a lot of Lin-Manuel's previous works because I just want to get his vibe. Because, of course, he wrote the songs in Encanto, so I want to, like, see what he's done in the past. So, yeah. This is my blueprint. That Would Be Enough from Hamilton. Just listen to the lyrics. It's just so... the comforting parts. It's so very Julieta, I guess. I can see Julieta and Augustine saying something like that to Mirabel. For the fourth song, working title is An Amazing You. This will just be like a short song, maybe less than a minute, a cute moment where Mirabel is comforting Antonio underneath the bed of the nursery. And the vibe that I'm thinking about for this song are the cute moments in Take a Break from Hamilton also. It's not all gonna be Hamilton. I'm gonna be referencing other musicals too. So yeah, Mirabel will be singing this one. It'll be a short song. And I got the phrase An Amazing You from a line that Mirabel says to Antonio in the movie. She says something like, I have an amazing family and an amazing you. And I I thought, oh, that's such a cute line. So that'll be a nice title for a song. And then song number 5, we have Colombia Mi Encanto. The town is prepping for the gift ceremony, and this will give time for the actor of Antonio to change his clothes from his usual yellow and red to the white that he wears in the movie. Singers would be Madrigal family and the townsfolk. Yeah, I really just want to see the Madrigal family sing Colombia Mi Encanto. 6th song, I call the gift ceremony. I want Antonio to have his own song. So for the idea of this is Antonio giving himself a pep talk, and then it transitions to him becoming comfortable with his gift and the room, Antonio's room. So this is like where he starts where there's a spotlight on him, and then he calls out for Mirabel, and then Mirabel is walking with him. I'm imagining him singing while they're walking down the Isle of People, and then Mirabel also sings a little bit, but it's mostly Antonio, because I want him and everyone else who didn't get a solo song to have a solo song, because I feel like we were robbed of that. I'll talk about that more because I have some really interesting ideas that I want to share, especially for Dolores, Camilo, and Bruno. So yeah, number 7 is Antonio's Room. This is the same song or score from the original soundtrack of Encanto. So I imagine it to be like the way the Lion King musical translated the musical score of the Stampede to voices. Because in the Lion King movie, it's just music when Simba is running down and running away from the Stampede. But in the Broadway musical, they changed it to people chanting the music, which is really cool. So yeah, that's my idea for this song, to have voices be the focal point. So yeah, number 8. 8th song is Waiting on a Miracle, Mirabel's I Want song. I won't change anything about that. And then 9 is Nothing to Prove Reprise, a short song less than a minute and the same melody as Nothing to Prove, sung by Julieta. I imagine this to be sung after Mirabel gets her hand cut or cuts her hand, and then she goes to her mom and her mom gives her the arepa. It's just a repetition of what was sung earlier to really emphasize Julieta's character, how she's comforting and healing. The 10th song I have listed here is, working title is Abuela quote-unquote talking to Pedro type of song, a soliloquy. I've seen online that a soliloquy is like a song where a character is sharing their true feelings. And then this is the moment where Mirabel overhears Abuela talking to herself by the window and her being worried about cracks in casita. So yeah, that's Abuela's soliloquy. Then 11th song is Saving the Magic, where Mirabel asks Casita, how do I save the magic? I was thinking of not including this one because maybe there's already too many songs. Maybe not include. Not sure. And then number 12, the 12th song. I know a lot of people really wanted Camilo to have a solo song, and I wasn't sure where to insert it. I don't know if the pacing would change, but yeah, this is where I put it. So after Mirabel asks Casita, how do I save the magic? She decides to talk to Dolores. And then the next day, at breakfast, she walks up to Dolores, quote unquote. And then Felix comes in and says, stop pretending you're Dolores so you can get seconds. And then Camilo says, oh, worth a shot. And then he turns back. I'm calling it Worth a Shot. It's a Camilo solo song about him having fun with his powers. It would be him shape-shifting into Dolores and then Mariano during the breakfast scene, overlapping with Abuela's announcement about the engagement. So it's like overlaps between Camilo singing and then talking. You know how they do that in musicals where someone sings but then there's also talking going on? Yeah. The vibe, I wrote here Trickster. I was thinking like maybe around the vibe. Oh man, I forgot the name of the song from Aladdin, where he's running from the guards. It goes like one jump, something like that. I feel like that's Camilo's vibe. He's like a trickster guy, and then he's very quick also. So yeah, solo song for Camilo, please. Number 13 is Surface Pressure by Luisa. So yeah, we all know how that goes. And then number 14, I'm not sure if I want to include this as a song or maybe just as instrumental in the background. I call this one Bruno's Tower. Something like in Antonio's Room, where it's just an ensemble singing. And then maybe we could have people dressed up as the Bruno statues, and then they're moving around in the background while Mirabel is walking up the stairs. So that's number 14. Number 15, and the last song of Act 1 is, of course, the iconic We Don't Talk About Bruno. I saw in an interview that Lin-Manuel Miranda said that this song marks the end of Act 1. But yeah, that was an interesting detail, and that really helped me out when I was like outlining this hypothetical musical, because we have a middle point, and that's We Don't Talk About Bruno. So I've seen this be done somewhere online where a cast of people performed We Don't Talk About Bruno live in costume, and the way they translated Camilo's shapeshifting is shining different colored lights on the actor of Camilo. So it's yellow when he's Camilo, and then he spins around, and then the lights turn green, and then he's quote-unquote Bruno. So I think that would be a good transition. Translating magical effects like that to screen is a really cool thing to see. So yeah, that's the end of Act 1. After Act 1, we have the intermission, and on to the next song. First song of Act 2, the term that I found on the internet is a plotless Act 2 opener. Some audience members may be returning to their seats at this time. These songs usually have very little to do with the plot, might involve secondary characters, and are most likely to be entertaining, dance-heavy numbers to ease audiences back in. An example of this would be Panic at the Disco. Phantom of the Opera's Masquerade. So the title of this plotless Act 2 opener is Engagement Preparations. The vibe is excited, anticipating. I wrote here, the townsfolk gossiping about the engagement dinner between Isabella and Mariano. Ends with them stationing themselves outside Casita with congratulatory props. Singers would be townsfolk, mostly, and then a little bit of the Madrigal fam. So it's mostly like the townsfolk gossiping to themselves. They'll be like, oh, I'm so excited about this engagement. It's gonna be like the engagement of the season or whatever. They're just gossiping. Song number 16, I'm calling Dinner, which is, of course, dinner between the Madrigals and Guzmans. I was thinking whether or not we need a song for this. Maybe it could just be the actors talking like in the movie, and then it's just the music that will carry the tension, because it's a very tense scene. And then, okay, so I and many other people really, really wanted a Camilo song, but also a Dolores song. And in some way, the fans made it a reality. Since this is a hypothetical, fan-made idea, I was thinking, why not include the fan-made Dolores song, Turn It Down by Oreo or 3-0. Yeah, if you know that song, you know. If you know, you know. I just really wanted to include that song. That song just slaps. So I wrote down here, after the disastrous dinner, the townsfolk start gossiping about the Madrigals, and Dolores has an inner turmoil. Mirabel goes off to find Bruno. I really, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy that this song exists. I'd really love Dolores to get a solo song if ever they make an actual Encanto musical. That would be so cool. However, one note I would give is to cut out Bruno's lines. So I'd cut that out to save that impact for Bruno's actual reveal. But other than that, really good song. Good job, or 3-0. And good on them for getting Dolores' actual voice actor to sing the song. Okay, moving on. Song number 18, I'm calling Wait. This could be sung during the scene where Mirabel is running after Bruno in the walls, where obviously she asks him to wait, like, wait, don't run, don't go. The vibe would be upbeat, desperate, and the song would end once they reach the hole. Song number 19, a Bruno solo song. We were robbed of a Bruno solo song. So I was thinking this one would be sung in his little room that he has in the walls. It would be about his true feelings, how he loves his family but felt like he had to leave. He could go to the crack in the wall just to up the angst. The vibe that I'm thinking of for this is the story and message of Look Who's Inside Again by Bo Burnham. Man, if you Just listen to that song and tell me that does not scream Bruno. But maybe a bit more of a dramatic tone. Yeah, a bit more of a dramatic tone because it is Bruno and he's been there for 10 years. I think that could really build Bruno's character a bit more if he had a solo song. So yeah, next song is not really a song. Again, it's from the OST called The Ultimate Vision. It's the background music that plays when Bruno and Mirabel go to Antonio's room and perform a vision ceremony, which reveals that Mirabel has to talk to Isabella to fix everything. Next song, number 21, I'm calling What This Family Needs. It's a short song, maybe less than a minute long, of Bruno convincing Mirabel to try. I got the phrase what this family needs from a line that Bruno says when they're hiding behind the plants. And Bruno says, "You're exactly what this family needs." Number 22, we have What Else Can I Do by Isabella. Play how it plays out like in the movie. Then we transition to... So then this is the scene where Abuela starts arguing with Mirabel and then everything starts falling apart. I think it would be nice. I love angst. So I think it would be nice to have another song here where it's like an angry song where Abuela is arguing with Mirabel. The vibe is sadness and panic, where everything's just falling apart. Maybe like with the intensity of how Barrett Wilbert Weed, the actress who played Veronica Sawyer in the Heathers musical, maybe the way that she sings her lines, sings her notes with so much feeling and angst. And then number 24, I'm calling the apology song because, again, so many people online critiqued how Abuela didn't have enough time to say sorry. Or I guess it didn't translate well for some people. So I think giving her a song to express how sorry she is would be nice. It could build her character a bit more. It could give her character more depth. And then, number 25, Dos Oruguitas. I was thinking, you know what would make this song even more painful? By having it be sung by young Alma and Pedro with an ensemble as backup vocals. So the song is originally sung by Sebastian Yatra. So I thought, what if Pedro sang it, right? Oh man, that would be so sad if like Pedro sang it. Or young Alma and Pedro. Because it is about two caterpillars, Dos Oruguitas. Yeah, oh my gosh, can you imagine? It would be so sad, but I would love it. Love the idea. And then, almost there, second to the last song, number 26, All of You, 7-minute version. So a while back, Lin-Manuel Miranda revealed on Twitter that the original All of You is 7 minutes long, but they had to cut it to 4 minutes due to time. And I feel like if this musical was a real thing, I think it would be nice to have the extended version because there are lines that they cut out that Abuela says that give more depth to her character by showing how sorry she is. So, which was why I was thinking maybe we don't need song number 24, apology song. Or keep it and then have her apologize again to the whole family. So the first apology is to Mirabel by the river, and then the second one is in All of You to the rest of the family. All of You, 7-minute version, a la All Too Well, 10-minute version. That's the vibe that I was going for the song title. And this would be sung by Company. I wrote here Company, but maybe an ensemble would be better for this one. And then Company would be for the very last song, which is Colombia Mi Encanto. Again, just to close out everything because that's how the original movie ended. Just a repeat of the song for the curtain call, sung by Company, everyone. So yes, that has been the hypothetical, unofficial Encanto live stage musical. An honorable mention before we end is I was thinking of giving the triplets, Julieta, Peppa, and Bruno, a solo song, but I didn't know where to put it. I was thinking maybe at the end, but we have All of You, so maybe we could have a few lines in the extended version of All of You be the triplets singing together because I really love them. So yeah, I really hope they make an Encanto live stage musical in the future. And if they do, I could refer back to this video and see how many songs I got right and how many songs I didn't. I'm really banking on a Camilo song and a Dolores song and a Bruno song or an Encanto series, because I know people really wanted to see a TV series, maybe in the style of Tangle the series or in a different style. I drew Bruno in the style of Tangle the series just to see how that would look like, because I'm trying to manifest this. You can get a print of this artwork down below, link in the description. Thank you for listening. Bye!